is the Hazardous Hooligan, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a setup and review of the Distortions Unlimited, new for 2025 season, Demon Legend. Let's get right into it. I have everything unpacked and laid out on the table. Here is the very detailed head. Now, Jordu Shell sculpted this head. It's really, really cool. You can just see all the detail he put into this. And I love the eyes, and the paint job is always great on these. And then similar to the mummy, you have this little headpiece, which just slides into the torso, like neck area, and then you put the head on top of it. And I'll put that back here. Now, here is the torso. And you can see that it comes with everything on there. You can see the arms, you know, very well detailed. All of these pieces look like real metal and like leather. Here's the chain. He has another chain up here. Right here is where you slip on the that head pole. Here's his fingers. Now, these are not posable. Unlike the mummy's hands are posable, but that's okay because he's just a really cool character here, and he doesn't really need that posability. It would have been cool, but I really like how he is now. You can pose it at the arms and really anywhere you want, but I would suggest to pose it here and here if you really want to, but I'm pretty much only going to pose it right in those arm little elbows. Now, here are the legs. Let me move the head out of the way. Like that. Here are the legs. Let's see, let's stand them up right here. And you can see right here, he's really tall. You can see all his veins and his hoof. He's just a really, really imposing character. I think he's going to scare a lot of people in the haunt. Let's see. Now, last piece here is their new and improved base. Now, this thing is really sturdy. With the other bases, I kind of get a sense they might tip over, and I'm always nervous that they will. But with this one, it's a really heavy-duty base, and this is new for this year. With all that being said, let's get right into the setup. Starting off, we're going to put the feet on the base. And I like to do it standing up, but the better way to do it is on a table, so it's flat. But I just find that it's much easier to do it like this, but there is better ways to do it. Now, you can put on the torso. Now, this is a pretty heavy torso because of the curtain. They actually use theater drapes for the cape, and it is very heavy. Let's see. Just quickly go in front here. So you can get that cloth to the front and then put it on, and then you can kind of, you know, finagle it on. Let's see. And grab the support pole and then make sure none of the cape is in that. So you can just put that one on and then put this one on just like that. Boom. And then just make sure all of this is out there so it looks real nice. There we go. Then, just touch everything up real quick. Now, you can get this piece right here, and then put it in the slit, the top part. You can see that. You want to make sure it's the right way right here. Let's see. You might have to move it around just a little bit, just to get it so it's in all the way. And it's going to stick out just a little bit. Then you can put on the final piece, which is the head, and make sure you position it in a way where it kind of hides that gap. So about like right there, so when you're looking at him, it's not going to be visible too much. And you can really see how cool he is. But that's not the final step. The final step is to pose his arms to however you want. I like this one being up and this one being down just a little bit. Just so it'll be like that. You know, so it's more dynamic of a pose, kind of like that. And you can even, you know, go out, but I'll just leave it like this for now. As you can see, he stands about 7 feet tall. He's really imposing, and he's just going to be really scary, you know. You turn a corner and you're just going to see him staring at you, and that's very imposing, especially when you're already scared from other things that are going on in a haunted house or a yard display. Now, his body was sculpted by Tom Cassidy, and as I said previously, his head was sculpted by Jordu Shell. Now, he just has so much detail in both his body and his head, and they go really well together. And you can even see like the little brooches from, that are holding up the cape, or look like they're holding up the cape with the chain, and the chain he's holding. Everything just goes together really well. You can see all his veins and everything like that. Now, he is fully foam-filled latex, and, he's just, it gives him just this really nice, thick, durable, that you won't get from, say, a spirit prop that's fully latex. And they're just an amazing company. I really like the quality of their prop. Now, all of the little details you see, like how these actually look like they're strapped on, and these are a separate piece. They're not molded onto it, but it is glued down, and there's these little pins holding it in. And all the paint job, now it's all hand painted. And what they did with this paint job, and you might not be able to see this fully because of the lighting, but you can really see how there's like the two-toned color in his skin. It's not just, the classic demon where it's all just red and kind of cartoony looking. It's actually, you have the lighter, more tan color, and then it goes into like a fleshy red, which looks really good and very realistic. It's probably the most realistic demon prop I think we've ever gotten. It's just a really, really awesome piece. Especially with all of these spikes here, all the veining that goes all the way down his legs. Now, another thing that makes him really unique is these kind of spikes. There's spikes all over, he has like on his knuckles, on his shoulders, just everywhere he has like some sort of spike or a horn or something. And it just looks really, really cool. One last really cool thing that you can do with him is you can actually take this chain out and replace it with, say, a trident, a sword, or any like type of like long weapon that you could actually fit in his hand. You could maybe even have him hold a rope or something like that if that's a part of your scene. And he is indoor and outdoor, but for the outdoor part, you don't want to let him sit in water. Like, don't put him in your pool or something. Just use your best judgment with that. And also, if you do use him in like a yard display, I would personally suggest, covering him if you do keep him out. If you take him in every night or something like that, then that's better. But if, the trick-or-treaters have came, they've left, and you don't want him to get wrecked. You spend all this money on this really high-quality piece. You don't want him just to be out there getting eaten by like squirrels or something in the middle of the night. So you really just want to protect him. You may be wondering, where can I use this guy in my haunted house? Now, if you have a castle or dungeon type theme, kind of like my set right now, because he looks pretty good in there, you can also use him in a cave or anything like that, or just like a general underworld theme, like say you're walking through like lava and type looking, structures, and he would look really good in there too. You can also probably use him for a photo op. I think he would look great as a photo op, in front of your haunt. So just really use him where you think best suits you for your haunt. And without further ado, let's get right into the demo. He is a really amazing prop, and if you really light him right and make him look really good, you can make him look like a professional like movie scene in your haunted house, especially if you use the right amount of fog and lighting and maybe even a little like thunder effect or something like that. And I just really suggest him because Distortions, with all their props and animatronics, they do a really, really good job. and they just make it look so professional and movie quality as well. So I really do suggest you pick him up if you have a scene for him. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I really enjoy reading them, and I'll see you in the next video.